Hi, my name is Jayla White, and I have read Daniel's text in its entirety. And throughout my readings, the number one thing that stands out to me in this text is about non-maleficence. And non-maleficence is also a moral standard and ethic that I see that lines up with my views as a Christian. And non-maleficence is defined as the intention to do no harm to the client, but doing what's in the best interest for the client. And it's also done without imposing my personal beliefs when interacting with the clients. And it also means that I do not use my power as a weapon to influence the client in any way, shape, or form. And this requires me to consistently show love over judgment for the good of the client. And this reminds me of the scripture, mercy triumphs over judgment, in James 2:13. As a Christian, I hold on to the importance of mercy when interacting with others, with that mercy assisting me to become aware of my own emotions and issues and not imposing my beliefs on others. Having that heart of mercy helps me have the appropriate response to others without showing intense judgment or deflecting my emotions and my thoughts onto them. To me, showing non-maleficence looks like allowing my clients to express autonomy without trying to dictate their perspective, which intentionally causes harm because they're not able to practice healthy sense of autonomy and walking through their emotions personally. And I can use an objective approach in assisting in producing effective autonomy and a more harmless approach when working with them. Honestly, when I think about it, I realized there were inconsistencies with non-maleficence for me, and I had a difficult time with it in the beginning because I normally impose my personal thoughts and beliefs with my clients in the beginning whenever I'm speaking to them. And I didn't know in the beginning it was an issue, but then I realized that I was consistently burnt out. And as I read the text in Daniel's in the textbook from Daniel, there wasn't an initial struggle per se about accepting the reality of non-maleficence when it comes to ethically practicing it. But this was an easy transition as I understood what's able to be done for me, and as I understood the error in my ways as a therapist, as a counselor practicing that professionally. And this text challenged me to continue to place the needs of the clients above my own and to continue to practice a healthy sense of awareness when engaging with them, so I don't impose any of my personal beliefs, which inherently causes harm to the client. And as I read the text, the biggest ethical standards that I had to work on was veracity. And veracity is a sense of truthfulness and faithfulness that provides stability and safety whenever because the client has gone through ever-changing and unstable things in their lives. So I provide a sense of stability to the client as they process through the chaos of their lives. And this was difficult for me because whenever clients make a choice that I don't agree with, I allow my personal emotions towards the clients and their choice to take that front seat, which impacts how I interact with them. And this and eventually impacts how me and my client have a therapeutic relationship. And in order to improve this, I plan to do this by exhibiting a deep respect for their personhood. And also, this would affect my approach in building an effective autonomy for the client, and to honor my professional obligation by not allowing my personal biases to impact the method of my interventions. And working on my personal biases and becoming aware of them is actually in the ACA when it comes to an ethical regard with the client. And according to Terry Watson, I also realized that by going according to the ACA Code of Ethics, this helps me practice effective veracity as an expression of my covenant with my relationship with God. And by upholding these ethical standards, I'll be able to do what's in the betterment for my client, and practicing beneficence and veracity in a healthy way. That one helps increase the boundaries which is also ethical in the ACA, and help them produce effective autonomy without trying to impose by personal beliefs, and being faithful whenever they tend to make choices that I don't agree with, or practicing healthy autonomy.